Hey guys, my name is RT Josh. I'm here to bring you my first ever video game review on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Personally, I enjoyed Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I purchased it and played it, beat it, and honestly, I gotta say, like I said, I enjoyed it. I would have to give it a 7.5. Now, it's not a terrible game, which you've been hearing on social media from other platforms. Honestly, I think they were expecting something far greater, something else. But I played this game for what it was, and it's a 7. It's a 7.5. Honestly, excuse me, it's a 7.5. I think the games, in Metropolis that you see on this map is large with plenty to do, whether it be side missions, Riddler missions, and it's very well detailed. First off, I like the fact that they show the blimp, they show the Brainiac tendrils, they show all of that in real time. So that's something I very much did enjoy. Also, I would like to mention that Suicide Squad is live service. It is a game filled with microtransactions, with different very cosmetics outfits, as you can see on the screen, and it's also a game with tons of gear for weapons, shields, traversal, critical hit damage, everything. Personally, like I said, I'm a big Rocksteady guy. They made the Arkham trilogy. I love their stories, and I'm a sucker for a great story. I'll play anything with a great story, and this is one of those games with a great story. But the only reason why I can't put it as high as like a 9 or 8 is because it has negatives, and as much as it does have positives, it has negatives, and those flaws do hurt the game. One of those flaws to me is the missions. The missions are outside the main missions. If you do the side missions, the missions are very repetitive. It's save a bunch of soldiers from a building. You have to fight waves of Brainiac armies. Gather data for Toyman, and you have to kill a bunch of enemies. And sometimes they'll try to mix it up by using a certain tasks. Like, say if you do a mission for Penguin, you can only kill them with critical hits, or you can only use grenade damage. That's cool and all, but it's still it's basically doing the same thing. And as you see on the screen, this is a character. This is my Deadshot, who is my main for the majority of the game. This is a level 27 Deadshot, pretty much maxed out. The combat is fast, it's fluid, it's fun. It keeps you on your toes. You can fight waves of enemies. Like, sometimes you can have about 30, if not 20 amount of enemies on the same screen, and that's something that I did enjoy, because it makes you feel like a member of Task Force. It makes you feel like you're this DC supervillain. And now what you're seeing here is the Hall of Justice, where you do most of your crafting and upgrading. Now, the Suicide Squad is a group that has a bunch of other members outside of the core 4, which are known as the support squad. So Poison Ivy, as you see on your screen, does a lot of the afflictions: Venom, Defreeze, Fire, Lightning Bolt. Each affliction has different stats and different ideas, but she can also help you upgrading for your weapons. As for Toyman, as you see on your screen right here, Toyman can upgrade your weapons, can modify them in a way, give you extra critical hit damage, extra mag size, extra bullet damage, and he can do that not just for your guns, but also for your grenades, your traversals, and for your melee. Now, for the Penguin, we have the crafting for the weapons. Penguin can make you craft any type of weapon, whether it be rare, super rare, or even this one is the Notorious, which is based off of supervillain, which is Bizarro or Black Mask. Those are the Notorious villain guns. Those are like the super duper rare guns. Like, those are the ones that you're going to have to grind for and earn. But once you get them, I can tell you, you don't want to switch them out, because they are just so powerful and do so much damage. Honestly, I want to kind of move on from the crafting and the damage to the story. Obviously, the story of Suicide Squad is in the name, Kill the Justice League, where you play as Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark, and you will be tasked of killing the Justice League, point blank, period. And I can say, personally, it was fun. It was fun. The story was very well written, very well done, very well animated as well. They put thought and love into the cutscenes. You can definitely say, I could definitely say that Rocksteady pen is there from the people who helped write, the Batman Arkham trilogy. Were definitely in the room to help write the Suicide Squad, the Justice League, and I thought the story was very well done, very phenomenal. Even it was a phenomenal story to me. Definitely a superhero, super villain story. I'll say it like that. and I'm excited for what they bring out. Once I got done the main story, of course, I started doing like the side missions and all that. And excuse me, one of the side missions was Riddler stuff. Outside the support squad, which belong to like Ivy and Penguin and Toyman, you can do Riddlers, and Riddler has returned with trophies and challenges for your AR challenges for your movement styles, and he's also come back with Riddler again, obviously riddles, and all those you do all those, you get more cosmetic items, you get more lore items such as audio vaults, you get concept art, you get all that, which I thought was cool, especially if you're a completionist. That is something that you enjoy. I would definitely say, hey, do the Riddler missions. I have not completed them all, so I don't know if it's going to lead to a big, Riddler confrontations like it does in the past Arkham games. But I'm curious to see where it goes once I do complete them. As for the main story, I've beaten it. The main story is relatively short. It's not super duper long, honestly. Don't expect like a 20-hour story or anything like that. I can definitely say you could knock out the story probably under 10 hours, especially if you just knock out the main missions alone, probably 6 hours. It's not long, and the boss battles are fun, but they weren't challenging. I mean, the hardest one to me felt like Superman, but even then, like the final boss battle was kind of disappointing. It felt anticlimactic. It just felt like it was too easy, and that was on one of the hardest difficulty. It just felt still too easy. As you see through Metropolis, there's a bunch of missions. One of them, I think, right here is the bug out mission, where you're going to see what I'm talking about in terms of the combat, where it's just nonstop chaos, and that fits, for Suicide Squad's narrative of who they are. They're just a team of just nonstop chaos filled with a bunch of personalities, and I have to say how Rocksteady writ those personalities was top notch. I felt like I was playing the Guardians of the Galaxy video game again, and it felt like I was playing as the Guardians. Their banter, their nonsense, their jokes, their arguments, their disdain for each other. And well, I'm speaking for the Suicide Squad at this point. They don't like each other, but they understand they're forced to work together. So you saw the clashes between Deadshot and Captain Boomerang. You saw Harley Quinn be Harley Quinn, and you saw King Shark, who I was very surprised that. I thought he would be more of the comic relief character in this game. He was very much a bit of the wise man. He kind of pointed the squad in the right direction with information. He knew more than he let on. So shout out King Shark and Rocksteady for writing King Shark like that. Because personally, I honestly thought he would be a comic relief character. And again, as you see on the screen right here, like it's a far cry from what Batman trilogy was, the Batman Arkham trilogy was. You're not using the beat 'em up style no more. It's very looter shooter. It's very heavy in the gunplay. The HUD is it's not that big of a deal, honestly. To me, it was very good. And this is default settings, by the way. This it's not too crowded. I mean, you have the challenges on your right, as you see right there, your health and shield on the top left. You'll see ailments on the bottom left right there with the ammunition, and on your bottom right, you see the mini map, so to speak, of where how many enemies are. What you just saw there was the counter. So no longer will we just do a counter with Batman. Now we'll shoot a gun, we'll shoot some kind of energy blast from a gun, which will act as our counter and do massive amount of damage. So that, especially if you upgrade it correctly, you can do lots of damage. Like one counter can take out an entire enemy's health. When it comes to replacing shields, when you lose it, as you saw, you'll do like a melee takedown. And again, this is like one of those chaotic battles that I had in the game, where it was fun, but it just felt repetitive. I've done this before already. Once you do it once or twice, you feel like you've done them on. And other times they'll try to mix it up for different characters. Like for example, sometimes they'll give you a mission and it'll say, oh, Harley Quinn is psyched up. So if you do this mission with Harley Quinn will get a boost in XP to help level up, and she'll do more damage. Same thing for Deadshot, Boomerang, and King Shark. Other times, if you do the support missions for the support squad, like Poison Ivy, King Shark, and Toyman, they were the worst to me. They were like the more repetitive missions. There was nothing new for them. It was constant, save these people. It was constant, wipe out these enemies. It was constant, just it was over and over again, and that to me was one of the negatives on this game. It didn't kill it for me. It just felt like, damn, I did it already. I gotta do it again and again and again. There was nothing new, right? It was nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just the same thing over and over. And honestly, I felt like, and I'm disappointed that it didn't build towards anything. I felt like Rocksteady missed the opportunity to use the side missions for your three support members as opportunities to do more for their story. Like I would like to know, why was Penguin in Metropolis? Why did he come to Metropolis when the Justice League is there along with Batman? How did Poison Ivy come back, and how does she feel about everything that's been going on in her life? Same thing with Toyman. You're this kid, and now you're gotta help take down the Justice League. So how do you feel about this? Like I want to know more about your characters and your story. And honestly, I felt that I was a miss by Rocksteady. Now, normally in all looter shooters, once you complete a mission, you get tons of gear. Penguin will airdrop a bat drone than you, as you're about to see right now, and you'll get all types of gear, whether it be shield mod, traversal mod, grenades, or a different type of gun, whether it be SMG, sniper rifle, a pistol, or heavy machine gun. After you get done mission, you're free to do whatever you want. You can mark anywhere on map, go do a Riddler mission, go do another side mission, or go do the main mission, or you can go back and fast travel to the Hall of Justice if you wish. All in all, personally, I think Suicide Squad is a fun game, but it is not a great game, and it's not a terrible game either. I think that Suicide Squad is a 7.5. I want to see where it goes further as the future goes on. And honestly, I am kind of excited about their story and their DLC. So definitely will be returning for that. But this was my video game review on Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. What's up, guys? I'm RT Joss, and you just watched my first ever video on Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. That was my first ever video game review. I was excited to do that, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, leave a like, leave a comment, and definitely subscribe to stay tuned for many more reviews to come. But I won't just be doing reviews. I'll be doing some gameplay for future games to come, such as Persona 3, Final Fantasy Rebirth, and Wolverine when it comes out, but also even more games. It's a stack year 2024 for video games, and expect me to do even more content on them. Peace out.